Sacrifice is a part of life. It's supposed to be. It's not something to regret. It's something to aspire to. When you go in search of honey, you must expect to be stung by bees. I'm willing to walk in darkness if it keeps humans in the light. You can sacrifice and not love, but you cannot love and not sacrifice. Things change, people change, but you will always be you, so stay true to yourself and never sacrifice who you are for anyone. When you know who matters most to you, giving things up, even yourself, doesn't really feel like a sacrifice. Oftentimes winning can become an addiction, whether good or bad, to the point where you would rather lose it all before you lose at all. If giving my everything is what it takes, I won't hesitate, not for even a second. That's what it means to have something you give your life to keep safe. Sometimes the prize is not worth the costs. The means by which we achieve victory are as important as the victory itself. My father told me once that the most important thing every man should know is what he would die for. Real magic can never be made by offering someone else's liver. You must tear out your own and not expect to get it back. Sacrifice is the surrender of that which you value in favor of which you don't. You aren't going to find anybody that's going to be successful without making a sacrifice and without perseverance. The most amazing philanthropists are people who are actually making a significant sacrifice. The ultimate test of man's conscience may be his willingness to sacrifice something today for future generations whose words of thanks will not be heard. Work requires some sacrifice up front. People who work as a team have to put the collective needs of the group ahead of their individual interests. I knew I had to make a sacrifice, do what I've always wanted to do. One life is all we have, and we live it as we believe in living it. But to sacrifice what you are and to live without belief, that is a fate more terrible than dying. The law of sacrifice is uniform throughout the world. To be effective, it demands the sacrifice of the bravest and the most spotless. People sacrifice the present for the future, but life is available only in the present. That is why we should walk in such a way that every step can bring us to the here and the now. Sacrifice, discipline, and prayer are essential. We gain strength through God's Word. We receive grace from the sacrament. And when we fumble due to sin, and it's gonna happen, confession puts us back on the field. Great leaders are willing to sacrifice the numbers to save the people. Poor leaders sacrifice the people to save the numbers. Power means happiness. Power means hard work and sacrifice. We can sacrifice something comfortable that we're too good at, that might even be holding us back. We'll have more room to grow into the person we want to be. You can't achieve anything in life without a small amount of sacrifice. The only question to ask yourself is, how much are you willing to sacrifice to achieve this success? There is no decision that we can make that doesn't come with some sort of balance or sacrifice. You must find something that you deeply love and are passionate about and are willing to sacrifice a lot to achieve.